Hi, welcome to the Black Experience Japan's Melanated Files. The purpose of this series is to highlight the black people living in Japan. Who are they?
Hi, my name is Carrie. I'm from the USA. I'm an English teacher in Okayama, Japan. I've been here for about 4 months now. I came to Japan because I was looking for an English teaching job. So that's pretty much it. I mean, also the salary was decent, so I took what I could get. Japan was never really on my bucket list or anything like that for places to go before I die or something. But it had a decent salary and it was the type of job I wanted, so I said, why not? My experience in Japan so far has been interesting, to say the least. Overall, I'd say it's been pleasant for the most part. However, there are a lot of things about my experience that were not so good. I'd say the good things about it have just been, I've been able to learn a lot about, teaching. So, I've learned a lot about my job. I've learned a lot about the Japanese culture and just being able to see really beautiful places and try different things. It's been fun. But it's also been kind of like an irritating experience as well for a number of reasons. And just being black in Japan, just being a foreigner here and looking so different, it can be hard because you stand out so much and people will stare and all that kind of stuff and treat you a little differently. But, I have a long way to go, so we'll see how my experience unfolds. One of the funniest things that has happened so far here would have to be actually when I was at work. One of my students actually held his hand up to my hand, comparing our skin colors. And at first I was like, what is he doing? But then I realized what he was doing, and he was like, same color. And I'm like, okay, because we were about the same color. And so I was like, did you get a tan? Because his brother was in the class too with him. So he was sitting beside his brother and he held his leg up to his brother's leg and basically was showing the difference, how pale his brother was compared to how tan he was. And I was like, so did you get a tan this summer? And he was like, yeah. And I was just like, okay. And they just thought that was so different, so funny that, I'm not Japanese, yet me and him, we share a very similar skin color. So that just kind of showed me wow, they're not used to seeing diversity in it was funny to me. I would have to say the tempura, anything fried with tempura, chicken, vegetables fried in tempura, it's really good. But I'm not too much of a fan of Japanese food as a whole. I don't really eat Japanese food that much, to be honest. I don't. I do like the gourmet Kit Kats, though. Those are amazing. I love them. What I like most about Japan would have to be the restaurants, the service at the restaurants. If you don't already know, at most restaurants in Japan, instead of you having to wait for the server to come assist you, when you're ready to order, you just press a button. You just press a button on the table, and I love that. I think that's great. Yeah, so the restaurant service and probably the fact that Japan it's a pretty clean place. the lack of trash cans. Okay, there's not a lot of trash cans, and a lot of times you have to hold your trash until you get home. It's kind of annoying. But the main thing I don't like about Japan is, I think, the lack of awareness that it's rude to do certain things to foreigners. Like, it's rude to stare. It's rude to point. It's rude to laugh at someone as they walk by. Like, it's just stuff that you would think is obvious common sense. But here, I've been stared at, I've been laughed at, I've been pointed at. Like, I've never been treated that disrespectfully. Like, it's crazy to me. And that's one main thing I don't like about their culture, is that they just, I don't know if it's a cultural thing or I don't know what it is. The fact that they don't see a lot of foreigners, but I don't like it at all. I would definitely say bring as many hair products as you can at first. Bring as many hair products as you can, because you won't find them here. Bring as much makeup as you can if you wear makeup. Especially if you have a dark skin tone, you definitely want to bring like your own foundation at first, at least until you can maybe find some, but it's rare. They don't have a lot of foundation for dark skinned women here, so it's definitely something you want to bring. And lastly, advice for Black women: just be proud of who you are while you're here. You know, be proud of your natural hair. Wear that proudly when you walk down the street. Don't tie it back. Don't be ashamed of it. Don't be scared to wear your hair natural. Be proud of the way you look. Yeah, you're different. You stand out, but you're beautiful. And let them stare. Let them point. They just, I don't know, maybe they're just amazed or jealous. I don't know. But just be proud of who you are and don't get sucked into this notion that, you know, just because you're different, that's a bad thing. So, yes, hair products are hard to come by for Black women in Japan. Probably near to impossible. However, Amazon, you can order from Amazon, of course. Amazon Japan. However, it's going to be expensive, but they do have some. Now, I don't know about every black hair product, because I only use like Shea Moisture and like Aunt Jackie's curls and coils. Like, I only use like certain stuff, but I can get a lot of stuff off Amazon, or just have someone from home send it to you. That's like a really good thing to do. That's what I do most of the time. It's cheaper too. But yeah, don't really expect to find that many hair products here. The only thing I do use here is gel. You can find gel here, and it's pretty cheap, and I can use that for my hair. The best advice I've received, that's hard to say, because I've received so much advice over the years just growing up, and my mom is always saying some profound speech about life to me and stuff. So I've received a lot of good advice, but I guess like some advice that really stood out to me, my grandmother, when she was alive, told me, she always used to say, when you know better, you do better. And it's a common thing, but that just stuck out to me. When you know better, you do better. I try to live my life that way, because I mean, yeah, it's okay to make mistakes, and you're human, you're gonna make mistakes in life, but once you've made that mistake, it's important to try not to make it again. My message to the world is, and I think it's so important for all the things that are going on right now in the world, I would say we all share this human experience, okay? We all share this human experience called life, and we're on this earth together. This world does not belong to any one group of people. No country belongs to one group of people. You know, Japan does not belong to Japanese people. Africa does not belong to African people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we all know America doesn't belong to half of the people who are there. So point being is that we should all feel free to travel the world, go wherever we want, and be treated respectfully and feel welcome anywhere, because God made this world and he made all of us, and the world is ours. You know, that's my message to the world. You can find me on Instagram. That's about it. Instagram, Facebook. Not really much is happening on Facebook, but Instagram. Follow me on Instagram. It's Carrie with the curls. So CARRIE with the curls. I share some tips about hair care and motivation and skin, and I'm in the process of creating a YouTube channel, so stick around, follow me so you can be able to see that. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to see weekly videos about the Black experience in Japan, feel free to subscribe to this channel. If you know someone that would like to be featured, or if you yourself would like to be featured, send us a message on our Facebook page at The Black Experience Japan, or send us a tweet on Twitter at TheBlackXJP. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.